Unemployed Americans on the march. In Philadelphia, jobless workers stormed the lobby of the Bank of America building.
Show me the money!
They want big banks to step up lending to small businesses to create jobs.
We need work, we need jobs.
At a nearby rally, the workers cheer as speakers demand action.
Almost 2 million American workers have lost their jobs so far this year. Manufacturing jobs have been especially hard hit as our failed trade policies are sending many of those jobs overseas.
While the U.S. economy will eventually rebound from the Great Recession, millions of American workers will not. What some economists now project and policymakers are loath to admit is that the U.S. unemployment rate, which stood at 9.6% in August, could remain elevated for years to come.
Nearly 15 million Americans are out of work. The unemployment rate is 9.7%. 6.3 million have been out of work for over 6 months, more than in any previous downturn. Even before the Great Recession hit, decades of privatization, deregulation, benefit cuts, and laissez-faire economic theory were reducing the government's support system for the unemployed.
Our social safety net really is set up to handle short-term spells of unemployment. That's not what's going on here. Right now, we have massive long-term unemployment. 2 out of every 5, over 40% of unemployed workers in this country have been unemployed for more than 6 months.
The national unemployment rate of about 9.5% sounds incredibly high, and of course it is, but it doesn't nearly capture the depth of the trouble. It doesn't count the people who've seen their hours cut to part-time. It doesn't count the people who've quit looking for work. If you add all of that together, the unemployed and the underemployed, it's not 9.5%, it's 17%.
All right, the sorry state of the job market is hardly news for college students graduating this spring, and they should be worried as they will be flooding the labor force at a time when there are already 5 million unemployed Americans for each single job opening that is out there. They are also deep in debt, $24,000 in the hole on average, and there's even a student debt clock now where the total is approaching for all of our students nearly, yes, $1 trillion.
It looks like any other springtime on college campuses in the United States. Young people learning, having fun, and preparing for adult life.
Strong sense of trust is connected with.
But there is a dark cloud hovering over students about to graduate into the worst economy in decades. Their job prospects are grim.
It's pretty slim, right?
Yeah, we usually have butter, but we don't have butter this time, so. I eat lunch at school, and I guess that's another reason why I like going to school, because, you know, I get food at school and stuff, so. What can you do, right?
Keeps you going.
Yeah, keeps you going.
LD, a majority of college graduates say yes, getting the diploma was a good investment. They earned about $20,000 more a year because of it. But the same study also found that 3/4 of Americans think college is no longer affordable.
Good evening. America is the land, the nation of plenty, the richest country in the history of the world. But we have real numbers tonight on the staggering increase in people barely getting by. In a new report today, the government says 44 million Americans now live in poverty. 4 million joined the list just last year. And that means 1 out of every 7 people we pass on the street could be struggling for basic needs like food.
The government puts the poverty line at just under $22,000 a year for a family of 4. Today we learned that with the recession stealing jobs, the number of Americans without health insurance now has climbed to nearly 51 million, 4.4 million more in just a year. And today, the rescue mission in Los Angeles told us they're seeing it. Tents set up for families in the back of their chapel.
This is one of those tents, and inside one of these, up to 4 people in one family will sleep here at night.
The number of tents has multiplied from a half dozen a year ago to nearly 60 today.
Really, I don't know what I'm going to do. I see this lady crying in the bathroom, crying because she don't know what she's going to feed her kids for dinner.
Stress. Oh my God, I can't even name it. It's just so many things that can come behind being unemployed,
And the sad part is, you can't say, here, this is $20 going buy something, because you're in the same boat. You have to say everything you got.
My son, he's 10, and right around Christmas, before we got this, he come to me and he said, don't worry about buying me Christmas, Dad. He says, I think I'm going to get out and mow lawns this summer, and he says, you can just start tending to his little sister. He says, and I think I can take care of me, and that'll make a grown man cry.
I have experience, I have the skills, I have the knowledge, right? If that's not enough, what is enough? This is not the American way.
If they cut food stamps off, honestly, I think that the jails would probably fill up because they're getting this. They don't want us. We don't want to steal. No, I want to go out there and steal for food. But if push came to shove and I couldn't, what else am I supposed to do?
Thank you.
Now, if you do me a favor,
yes.
Would you empty that till for me, please? Put it right here.
What do you mean?
Empty the till. Put your bills right here. So I'm robbing you, sir.
You sure?
Yes, I'm sure.
Why do you want to do that?
Because I need the money. I've got kids that need to be fed, sir.
I
know I am, sir. I realize that. And I really am sorry to have to do this. But I've got kids.
How about if I give you $40 and this is it?
Well, I can't do that, sir. I've got rent to pay, I've got bills, and the kids need to eat. Thank you very much. I appreciate it. And I really am sorry. And if I ever get back on my feet again, sir, I'll bring it back.
I'm sorry. God be with you, man.
Thank you very much, and with you, too.
Thank you.